Night presses against the glass walls of the Robert Hale penthouse like a dark ocean. City lights glitter below. Inside, everything is polished, quiet, controlled. Even the piano looks afraid to play a wrong note. Sophia wipes a silver tray until her reflection blurs. She's new. She's careful. She's learned to make herself small. Down the corridor, a boy watches. Michael. 14. Bare feet. Hair messy like he has been running from something you can't see. He steps closer. Are you Sophia? She nods. You must be. Don't say it, he whispers. Please don't call me that. The house has rules about talking. The house has rules about names. Mostly unspoken. Mostly cruel. From the elevator, the father arrives. Robert Hale. A billionaire who never needs to raise his voice to make the air colder. His shoes don't squeak. His eyes never look down. Schedule, Emma, he asks the PR chief gliding beside him. Board at 10. Photos at noon. Michael's session at 4. The word session bites. Michael shrinks. Sophia sees it. She feels the sun flinch like the sound itself hits him. In the kitchen, John the driver hums a sad tune while setting mugs on a warming rack. Careful, he murmurs. This place eats people who forget where they stand. Later, the boy returns. He holds a folded paper, edges torn, words scratched and erased. His voice shakes. I heard you helped the night porter when they cut his shift, he says. Everybody says you fix things that can't be fixed. Sophia smiles. Who told you that? Evelyn, he whispers. My mom. The name leaves his mouth like a secret. Her letters. I found them. Sophia freezes. The tray trembles. Evelyn was kind. The house never says her name out loud. Make me a promise, Michael says. 3 wishes. No magic. Just bravery. Sophia's throat tightens. If I can, I will. He leans in so close she can hear the tremor of his breath. Then my first wish is simple. Pause. The city hums like a heartbeat. A slow inhale holds the room. Please, he whispers, don't call me the billionaire's son. Call me Michael. And make them call you Sophia. Sophia's eyes flood. It's not diamonds. Not cars. Not freedom. Just dignity. 2 names. 2 human beings. Okay, she breathes. I'll fight for that. But the house doesn't like anyone who changes names. And when Robert hears the first wish, everything begins to crack. Morning pours gold across the dining room. Crystal glasses glow. A line of staff forms a silent horizon. The seats at the long table are set like chess pieces. Robert at the head. Michael at the far end. Distance is policy. Emma, the PR chief, scrolls through her tablet. We'll announce the Hale Learning Wing this afternoon, she says. Photos with Michael. Smile, chin down, warm but measured. Measured, Robert repeats, buttering toast with mechanical calm. Sophia carries fruit toward the boy. Her hands are steady now. She has decided. A promise is a promise. She places the plate. Good morning, Michael. It's soft. It's simple. It's a small rebellion in a large room. Emma's eyes flick up. John coughs into his fist. A waiter's jaw tightens. Robert doesn't look. He has a schedule. Sophia keeps her gaze on the boy. Would you like strawberries, Michael? He blinks. His shoulders rise and fall. Something loosens in his face. Yes, please. Robert's knife stops. The room hears that tiny metal pause. Emma steps in. We prefer formal address. It keeps boundaries clear. Sophia meets her eyes. Boundaries are not the same as walls. Emma smiles with cool teeth. Noted. Michael swallows. Dad. Robert folds the newspaper. You have 10 minutes before tutoring. then fencing, then piano. I don't fence, Michael whispers. You will, Robert replies. Sophia breathes once, twice. The first wish. Now or never. Sir, she says, voice respectful. Michael asked that we use his name. And mine. He'd like to be called Michael. I'd like to be called Sophia. Emma's stylus freezes. Someone inhales too sharply. The chandelier seems to lean in. Robert lifts his gaze at last. This house runs on standards, Ms. Sophia, she says. Standards, he repeats. Not softness. Michael's fingers tighten around his fork. He looks small in a big chair. It's not softness, Dad. It's seeing. The clock ticks. A slow, stubborn pulse. John shifts near the door, a quiet ally. Boss, he says, careful. My mother used to say a name is the first coat a person wears. You hang it on a hook, it loses shape. Robert's jaw ticks. John, drive the car around. Yes, sir. Sophia leans closer to Michael and speaks gently, as if handing him a lantern. We see you, Michael. He nods, eyes bright. Thank you. Robert stands. His shadow stretches the length of the table. Breaks are over, he says. And let's remember our roles. He turns to go. Stops. Without facing them, his voice drops lower. Names are earned. The door sighs shut behind him. Michael exhales everything at once. He heard, though. He whispers. He heard. Sophia squeezes the napkin ring in her palm like a coin of courage. Then we'll make him say it, she says. Wish by wish. Outside, cameras arrive for the afternoon's event. Inside, a plan takes its first breath. A wish that takes them beyond the glass walls, and into trouble. The schedule says, piano. The plan says, street. At noon, while Emma rehearses lines and Robert checks figures, John idles the back car in the service lane. He taps the steering wheel twice, their signal. Sophia ushers Michael through the laundry door, past linen stacks that smell like sun. Are we really doing this? Michael whispers, eyes wide. We're keeping a promise, she says. Wish too. Your rules. He grins. Nervous. Brave. Show me what poor feels like. Not to mock. To understand. He pauses. I want to know the world that doesn't bow when I enter. They slip into the city like two commas in a long sentence. No security detail. No headlines. Just a bus that sighs and squeals at every stop. Michael's hair lifts in the draft. He laughs at the sound of coins clinking in the fare box. He presses his forehead to the window, watching rain make halos on strangers' shoulders. They share samosas from a cart. Steam curls up, spiced and honest. It burns, he says, eyes watering. That's flavor, Sophia smiles. That's life telling you it's here. They sit on a low wall near a park. A kid in muddy sneakers passes a ball. Wanna play? He asks Michael. Michael blinks. Me. Yeah, you. No titles. No last names. Just a ball. He kicks. He misses. He kicks again. Laughs. For a moment, the mansion doesn't exist. The house rules are a rumor. On a bench across the path, a familiar face appears. A classmate. Designer jacket. Phone raised. Snap. Another snap. Whispered giggle. The kind that tastes like metal. Let's go, Sophia says softly. They ride the bus back, hands warm from paper cups of tea. Michael is quiet, the kind of quiet that means his heart is very full. At the service lane, John waits with a worried crease. You cut it close, he mutters. Emma's counting heads. They slip inside. They almost make it. An alert chimes from Emma's tablet in the foyer. A ping. A ding. A lie spreads faster than truth. Is this Michael? She murmurs, enlarging a photo. Street food. with staff. Her voice sharpens. Before the donors' luncheon? Robert appears like thunder. He sees the image. He sees the cup in Michael's hand. He sees Sophia beside him, smiling. "What is this?" he says. Not a question. A verdict. Michael steps forward. "My second wish," he says. "I wanted to see the city without cages." Robert's face doesn't change. "That's how you know it's bad." Emma turns the screen toward him. The caption flames. Heir to Hail Fortune slums it with Maid. Charity stunt or rebellion? A camera flash through the window. Then, another. Headlines bloom. The house inhales. Office. "Now," Robert says. Sophia lifts her chin. "I brought him back safe." "To what?" Robert replies, and the question is heavier than marble. The leak, the letters, and a truth the house tried to bury. The office is all walnut and winter. Trophies shine like little suns. A portrait of Evelyn watches from the wall, eyes soft, mouth brave. The plaque reads Evelyn Hale Memorial, a name the house keeps polished but rarely spoken. Emma stands near the window, fingers flying across her tablet. "I can spin this if you give me something," she says. "A statement. A strategy. Not silence." Robert folds his hands. "Punish the leak. Contain the damage." Sophia steps forward. "Sir, there's no damage in a boy eating a samosa." "There is when it makes a promise look like a lie," Robert answers. "We fund halos, Ms. Sophia. Not headlines." Michael's voice is barely there. "I didn't want a halo." Robert's gaze lands on him. "What did you want?" Michael's throat works. He reaches into his hoodie and pulls out crumpled papers. Letters. Creased, recreased, rescued from a secret place. "Mom wanted me to know people," he says. "Not pictures of people. People." He sets the letters on the desk. "I found these in the music room. Behind the old metronome." The room tilts. Sophia knows those letters. She remembers Evelyn's handwriting, lilting, stubborn, kind. Robert doesn't touch the pages. He just stares at the familiar loops. Sophia steps closer. "May I?" she asks. He nods once, almost imperceptible. She unfolds one. Reads. "Michael, if the house ever feels too big for your feet, go where your name feels small but safe. Buy something warm with someone who looks like they need warmth more than you, and listen." Silence. Not empty. Full. Michael swallows. "That's what I did." Emma's eyes soften for the first time. "We could use that line," she whispers, then stops herself. "Sorry." Robert's shoulders square again, armor returning. Regardless, boundaries were crossed. "We do not vanish without security." Sophia takes a breath. "Punish me then," she says. "Not him." Michael steps in front of her. "It was my idea." Robert stands. "Both of you." A knock. John slips in, hat in hand. "Boss, there's more." The kid who posted the photo is streaming. He's calling Michael a fraud. Comments are ugly. Robert's jaw hardens. He looks at his son. Something almost like worry flickers. Almost. Sophia places the letters gently in front of him. "Read," she says. "Please." Robert stares at the script of the woman he loved. The woman the house talks about like a wing, not a person. He doesn't move. "The third wish," Michael says, voice steady now, "isn't for me." Robert looks up. A question hangs between them. "It's for you," Michael says. "Hear the truth you don't want to hear. Then say it out loud." The old clock ticks louder, as if it knows a verdict is coming. A gala, a ghost, and a father who turns pale. The ballroom is a garden of glass. Cameras bloom like lilies. Donors lean in close to each other's perfumes. A string quartet sows silk in the air. Emma whispers cues. "Smile on 2. Speak on 4. Look at the portrait on 6. Robert steps to the podium. He is made of angles and numbers and money that moves like weather. Michael stands 3 paces behind him. Sophia is with the staff by the service doors, hands clasped to stop the shake. The screen lights with a slideshow, every generous thing the foundation has done. Schools, shelters, wings with names that gleam. The audience nods as if they personally laid each brick. Then the screen flickers. A new image appears. Not in the rundown. Emma's face drains. Who switched? The photo fills the room. Evelyn, laughing. No jewelry. Flower on her cheek. A little boy on her shoulders, hair in his eyes, both of them mid-giggle. The room exhales an oh. A video plays. Evelyn sits at a kitchen table, sunlight braiding her hair. Her voice fills the hall. If you're watching this, she says, your father is giving a speech. Soft laughter bubbles. Robert, if you can hear me, breathe. You are not a fortress. You are a man. Robert grips the podium. Color leaves his face. Pale. Evelyn looks into the camera as if it's a window. We built a big house, love. Don't let it be bigger than our boy. Michael, if they ever turn your name into a trophy, give it back. Ask them to use the one I gave you. Ask them to use yours, Sophia. It matters. Heads turn. The name lands like a bell. Sophia covers her mouth. Tears rise, hot and unstoppable. Evelyn's voice softens. And if anyone here has forgotten how to say sorry, start there. It's the only key I've ever found that opens locked doors. The video ends. The quartet doesn't know whether to continue. Nobody breathes. Robert stares at the black screen. He can command markets. He cannot command this silence. Michael steps forward, not waiting for permission. My first wish, he says into the stunned room, was for us to use names that see people. Michael. Sophia. He lifts the letters. My second wish was to see the city the way Mom saw it. Without titles. Just people. A tremor moves through Robert's hands. He leans closer to the mic. The room tilts toward him. My son has a third wish, he says, voice raw. He wants me to hear a truth I don't want to hear. He looks at Sophia. Really looks. Not through her. At her. Sophia, I forgot your name, he says. I turned you into a role. He turns to Michael. And I turned you into a promise I made to men who donate wing-sized checks. He swallows. Closes his eyes. Opens them. There's a boy in front of him. There's a woman who kept a promise behind him. I am sorry, he says. The room holds the words like a fragile bird, afraid to move. Apologies don't fix the past. They don't erase the sting of 1,000 small cuts. But sometimes, they stop the bleeding. After the gala, the house feels different. Not louder. Not softer. Truer. The piano tries a note. It rings. Robert calls a meeting in the dining room. Not at the head of the table. At the middle. Staff gather, cooks with flour on their sleeves, porters with careful hands, John with his driver's cap tucked under his arm, Emma with eyes that look less like glass. Robert clears his throat. Names first, he says. My name is Robert. He turns. And this is my son, Michael. Michael smiles, small and shining. Robert looks at Sophia. And this is Sophia. She made a promise I didn't deserve and kept it anyway. Sophia feels heat behind her eyes. She nods. Thank you. New policy, Robert continues. No one gets called by their role alone. Not in this house. Not in our offices. Not in our public posts. He glances at Emma. Emma lifts her chin. We'll change the style guide, she says. And I'll call the kid who posted. Maybe he needs a name, too. Laughter, surprised and warm. Robert turns to John. You were right about coats and hooks. John smiles. My mother had a good tailor. They eat together for the first time. Not a staged photo. A real meal. Soup that smells like Sunday. Bread that crackles like a campfire. Michael tells them about the bus. About the ball he kept missing until he didn't. About the sting of spice and the sweetness after. He talks like the house is finally listening. When the plates are cleared, he looks at Sophia. Did I use all my wishes? She thinks. What do you think? He counts on his fingers. 1. Names. 2. The city without titles. 3. Dad hearing the truth and saying it. He hesitates. Maybe I have a secret 4th. Sophia leans in. The rules never said I couldn't grant a bonus. He whispers it. Can you stay? The room goes quiet again, but not with fear. With hope. Sophia glances at Robert. He nods. If you want this house to keep that promise, he says, we need you. Michael breathes out a laugh that sounds like the start of a song. He looks at his father. Can we go to the park? Just us. Maybe kick a ball. He grins. We'll probably miss. A lot. Robert chuckles, surprised by the sound. We can learn. They step toward the elevator. The doors slide open. This time, the house doesn't feel like a cage. It feels like a door with a hand on the other side. Sophia lingers a second in the golden light, Evelyn's portrait winking from the wall. She whispers, we kept your promise. The elevator closes. Somewhere in the city, a bus sighs. Somewhere in the house, the piano plays a brave note and holds it. Because sometimes a wish is not magic. It's a person who refuses to forget your name. What would your 3 wishes be if you had to fix a house, a family, or a workplace where titles mattered more than names, and which one would you spend first?